Gonna do a walk around on my 95 YJ. Had it for about a year and slowly doing cool little projects and upgrades. Don't have a big budget for this thing. I got it from a friend who, basically I think they either got tired of it or just tired of dumping money into it, and it needed some stuff, so I got a pretty good deal on it, considering it's an actual, Jeep. One of the first things I did was I got rid of this. It had stock wheels and these tires on it, and these are 31 by 10.5s and 15s. And they were all sucked under the wheel wells, they were dished inward. So I got some Trailmaster wheels, and these things are like super inexpensive, like 48 bucks a piece, and added those. Then I just started going to fixing all the stuff that it needed. It needed a differential bearing in the back, and it needed just a whole bunch of TLC cleaned up. Had a bunch of garbage in it that had been done by a previous owner, and it just had this air shock system with these poly tubes everywhere, and it didn't work. None of that stuff worked anymore, and had a CB that didn't work in it, and I pulled it all out. Just recently I decided I wanted to change the stance of the way this thing looks, so I'm going to do a junkyard lift and get some S10 springs, which I have, but today I installed my RT off-road shackle kits, which are pretty cool. Gave it like almost an inch of lift, about 3/4 to an inch of lift. Real super easy to install as long as everything comes apart. Makes it look cool. This thing does have a 1-inch body lift on it already, so by the time it's all said and done, you end up getting a 2-inch lift out of just this setup. So a few weeks back, I've rebuilt my sway bar. That thing was totally rotten and gone. And the same thing for these front bushings. These front bushings were wasted on the leafs. Got that all changed out. Other cool stuff I did is I got some pretty inexpensive LED lights, outfitted the rig up, cut down that front bumper. That's a stock bumper that I just chopped to make it like shorty. Redid the brakes, redid the U-joints, redid the wheel bearings. This thing will drive down the highway straight as an arrow. No track bars, I cut those out. I had to kind of cheat a little bit though, and I had to leave that one and just cut the bar out. I'm going to cut the tabs off and all that later, but for now they're gone, and it made a huge improvement on the ride quality. Got some LED trailer lights. These trailer lights are cool, they're really bright. They also have a license plate light down in the bottom. Did a couple of red robot eyes. Cut out all that old junk that was basically burnt up. It was gross and yellow, and same thing for the back lights. They were just nasty. So I soldered in all this wiring, shrink tube it. Man, they look really nice, and they're good and bright now. What else have I done? Well, I added my own little custom LED pods here in my turns. It was just a cheap way. You get 2 of those little LED lights for like $5 over at the Blue Grocery Store Star place. I don't want to give them a plug, but they were real inexpensive. I made these little light fillers up there. A couple LED lights, one's for the running light, one's for the turn signal. But once you do this, you have to get a LED flasher, or none of them will work right anymore. And you're probably going to wonder why I did my headlights that way. Because it looks cool. No, actually they were too bright. Those cheap LED lights were like blinding everybody in sight on regular beams, and they still have that top row for high beams, which is plenty. So basically I got 3 levels of light. The one on the bottom, that's for driving, and that keeps it keeps it pretty much normal. Then you can high beam there, and then I have these off-road lights, which are about 1,000 times brighter than those other things. So I put a K&N cold air intake on there. Really brought the 6-cylinder to life as far as like peppiness. It's, you know, it didn't do anything for overall speed or anything like that, but nice addition to fixing the throttle body. I had a throttle body that was leaking air real bad and it wouldn't idle correctly anymore. Interiors, you know, pretty much stock. It's dirty right now. Got a Tuffy console. Probably gonna throw my CB radio up in that cubby hole there. But overall it's in good shape. Riding a lot better now with these new bushings that kit came with. But yeah, I mean, I'm really having a good time owning this thing and driving it around. I've got a couple of different sets of windows and soft top windows for it, so I like these because I can see out of them better, and for the winter time they're a little nicer. But yeah, next up, got that S10 spring pack. I'm gonna get some hardware and I'll do a video on that. But yeah, there you go. YJ 1995. Pretty dope. Thanks for watching.